co-founder and Chief Innovation Officer of M-Files, Antti Nivala. A special interview for Ukrainian IT leadership and Chief Information Officer, and special interview for LITIKO. And Antti, I have some question about M-Files, about your new role in M-Files. How does this year conference means to you personally?
We have this impact conference where we bring together both our customers and partners, and obviously want to update everybody on the latest development of the M-Files platform. But just as importantly, we want to engage and speak with our partners and customers to understand how their needs are evolving, how M-Files is currently serving their needs, and how we can make the platform better to address their business needs, in whether it's simpler document management or all the way to the power of knowledge work automation.
Okay. Did you get some insights from this conference personally?
Yeah, absolutely. We have obviously announced a lot of important things here. One of them is our tighter partnership and integration with Microsoft and Microsoft 365. And I've had a lot of very interesting discussions with our customers all over the world about how they want M-Files and Microsoft 365 to work better together. For instance, we now launched the availability of desktop co-authoring, meaning that our M-Files users can simultaneously edit Office documents, Word, Excel, PowerPoint that are stored in M-Files, just directly simultaneously edit them even in the desktop versions of Office. That's something that our customers, perhaps in previous years, have told me in conferences like Impact that it's critically important to them. So very happy to be able to deliver that capability to them now, and I've learned about the other kind of the next step needs that customers have in terms of that M-Files Microsoft cooperation and integration.
It's very good news, really. Which single M-Files solution or features showcased in Impact is already a game changer?
My personal favorite is the Aino metadata capability, which means that M-Files Aino, the AI assistant of M-Files, can automatically fill in metadata fields as users are, for instance, dragging and dropping new documents to M-Files. So not everybody loves filling in metadata manually, so it's just magical when you see the metadata getting filled in automatically for you. So for me, I know metadata is the game changer.
Metadata is the key differences of M-Files.
Yeah, it is. M-Files has been architected as a metadata-driven platform, so pretty much anything you do in M-Files is based on how things are connected to each other. Like we like to say that M-Files manages information by what it is and not by where it's stored. And that means that metadata describes the type of the document and its relationships with other business objects like projects, clients, and so forth. So metadata really powers M-Files, and the better metadata, better quality metadata you have, the better the M-Files platform serves the business. So that's why it is important to use generative AI to assist users in putting in high quality metadata.
What do you see you are Chief Innovation Officer. How do you see the future of hybrid work, and what the role does M-Files play in this model?
Interestingly, hybrid work and remote work was actually there already when I started developing M-Files way back. So I'm very used to working regardless of the office environment. So MFAS is definitely an enabler for hybrid work and remote work because the prerequisite for that is that employees need to have access to the information they need in their work, and they need to be able to complete their work regardless of place and time. And MFAS certainly is one of the enablers.
And what message, what message would you like to share with Ukrainian IT leaders who are looking for a new approach to information management?
Yeah, from the MFAS point of view, kind of like I want to give very practical guidance, and of course there are different options in the market. You're obviously welcome to explore, but this combination of Microsoft 365 as a digital workplace platform and MFAS as the kind of next level of business critical document management and information management. It's a truly powerful combination, and I recommend that you take a look at that. I think if you, as businesses in Ukraine and in other countries, look at the kind of the information model of the business, what are the core concepts? You may be a project-oriented organization working with clients and projects, or maybe you're in manufacturing, dealing with physical assets, maybe manufacturing sites, factories, equipment locations, equipment in those factories. A lot of business critical information and documentation needs to be associated with those physical assets. And what we have in MFAS is this metadata driven approach that makes it really easy then to just get the business critical documentation into the right context, tying it to the piece of equipment or factory or whatever. I talk here from the MFAS point of view, but I think it's true for the businesses in general that the role of the CIO should be to not just look after the kind of the day-to-day IT environment like laptops and office applications. The CIO should look at how can they help the business overall to be more modern, digital, and this metadata-driven thinking is a key to modeling your entire business into the digital world, and that way, really getting to a level of productivity that's just a different level from if you are somehow still tied to paper-based processes or to the office environment. So being ready for hybrid work, being ready for fully digital, efficient processes. It's easier said than done, but that's the role of the CIO is to enable the business to get the benefits of the digital world.
Okay, thank you. Maybe you want to add something?
Maybe I'll ask you, and we'll get to the next topic that way. So, what have you found most interesting in this year's Impact?
First of all, I found that M-Files prepared ready solution for different industry. It's professional services, manufacturing, oil and gas, and etc. And create builder special software for build this solution. It really gives sense because it critically cut cost of project. And second one is I'm happy to see the M-Files and Microsoft give more closely connection and different way and so offering and sharing document and etc. Of course, the third part is how M-Files develop the AI, implement AI in document environment, document information or information service. How M-Files really made big job to implement AI in everyday work of employee.
Yeah, really important point you bring up regarding the industry-specific solutions. We all hope to see Ukraine get to the point of rebuilding a lot of the infrastructure, and M-Files has a lot of experience working with, for instance, the Finnish critical infrastructure organizations, the electricity grid, the gas grid, these kind of national infrastructure assets that are so critical for the society to work. And we have a lot of experience of how our approach of managing content in that context in a secure and modern way can serve those organizations. So that's what we try to do with these industry-specific solutions, that we can take those learnings that we already have, for instance, working with those other European critical infrastructure organizations, and hopefully we can together take those solutions to serve similar needs in Ukraine and help manage your critical infrastructure and related documentation and other information in a reliable, secure and modern way.
Yes. And in partner showroom, I see the solution of NetPost.
Yeah.
It's about asset management solution.
Yeah, that is great.
Files have integration with maps. And
that's a wonderful example, because geographic location is just one example of metadata, like the context. So we are working with the Norwegian Road Administration, where they manage all the documents and other information related to the road infrastructure in Norway, with the help of M-Files and these GIS software, the mapping software. That's a very good example of a fairly, let's say, sophisticated industry-specific solution in M-Files.
And I heard it was case with Norwegian tunnel. It was a Norwegian tunnel. Some problem in one farm in tunnel, in mountain tunnel, and do you tell something?
Because those are the practical challenges that you have. For instance, in Norway, there was a misfunction of a fan in a road tunnel, which could have led to people hazard. Luckily, it didn't. But then they had to check all the other thousands and thousands of fans of the same model, and having accurate information in this M-Files-based enterprise asset management system help them to very efficiently go through that process of executing those inspections of those other instances of that specific fan model. It's not just doing those inspections, it's also recording evidence that each of them have been inspected, saving that evidence like pictures, inspection reports into the system, and being able to track that none of the pieces of equipment are missed. So kind of like, doesn't sound necessarily that complicated, but this is what organizations that deal with critical infrastructure, physical assets, they need to be able to manage the related information in the right context. context, and that's where the impulse metadata-driven approach is very powerful.
Okay. Really impressive.
All right.
Good.
I think we have some good material there.